Hi, I'm Lindsey Bodner, and this is The Intentional Jewish Family. The Intentional Jewish Family is a conversation about education, finance, current events, goal setting, and so much more, all through the lens of family. I want to talk a little bit about why I'm starting The Intentional Jewish Family. We need to talk about families. As you know, in the United States and across Western societies, there's a declining trend in marriage rates and a waning interest in and support for child rearing. Now, these trends have contributed to precipitous drops in population, posing imminent, big picture concerns related to all the big issues: immigration, elder care, and even the resilience of Western liberal values. However, despite the seriousness of what's at stake, can we talk about it? Conversations about the state of families are taboo or overly politicized in far too many public spaces. Now, even with our high rates of marriage and comparatively larger family sizes, Orthodox Jewish families are not immune to these trends, and we face even more obstacles to living our values. Threats like Hamas, swelling anti-Semitism, and the seduction of assimilation. We also struggle to put down our phones and our work. All of these challenges take their toll on our families. Our people are going through a crisis in the aftermath of October 7th. Individually and as communities, we feel the winds of insecurity screaming past us on all sides. I think it's time to circle the wagons and strengthen our most important institution, the foundation from which all other communities are built. Now, we all know that there's so much wisdom in our tradition relating to families. The first mitzvah is to create a family, puru uravu, be fruitful and multiply. We have the laws of Tarat Mishpacha, family purity that govern marriage, family planning, intimate relations between a husband and a wife. And a father is obligated to teach his children, to educate them in Torah and in practical manners. Have you ever heard people say that Judaism is a family religion? I know I have. They say it's a family religion and it's not meant to be practiced alone. Sure, one person can technically make a Seder, reading the Haggadah, drinking their 4 cups, remembering Yetziat Mitzrayim. But for most people, that withers in comparison to the richness of a multi-generational table, a large family with elders and children and guests all living the Exodus. This living ritual is meant to involve and enthrall children so that we might pass on the tradition, lador vador, generation to generation to generation. In Orthodox communities, it's assumed that we place a great deal of importance on our families, and we do. However, despite the centrality of family in Jewish life, there are few places to talk about it. Like, really talk about it. And I don't mean what diaper cream is best. That's important. I don't mean what yeshiva we're going to send our kids to or how to get into the best college. Those are important, or they might be. I mean, how do we consider how to make intentional decisions about nurturing family relationships and passing on our values? How do we make the things that are important to us important to our children? Now, of course, I want to say that there are many, many adults who don't fit neatly into a family unit, and I certainly don't mean to imply by my interest in families that one must be part of a family unit to matter. In recent years, I think awareness has correctly, importantly been raised to make sure that people who are single are given respect, that they're included, that they're able to contribute to communities without being looked at as less than. There's still a lot of work to be done in this area. However, for those in families, as well as for those who aspire to create them, there's precious little public discussion about what that means and how we can do family well. As a result, there is what I also think is a pernicious tendency to kind of cruise on autopilot. Many, many people look left and right rather than looking within and to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We keep up with our neighbors, and at pivotal moments in life, we think, what are they doing? Rather than making decisions ourselves. We buy a house, 2 cars, we send our kids to X school and Y summer camp. We make our smachot here or there. Why? Because that's what's done. But is it best for you and me? I want to ask the question, how do we know when to deviate versus when to participate wholeheartedly? Now, let me be clear. I think that community is one of our greatest blessings, and in no way do I seek to denigrate community institutions. Since the Shoah, Jewish communities, especially in the United States, have done tremendous work building infrastructure that allows us to be steeped in Jewish culture, that allows us to send our kids to Jewish schools, attend Jewish summer camps, eat in kosher restaurants, buy from Jewish vendors, hire the Jewish wedding singers for our smachot. These communal institutions, many of the beneficiaries of highly intentional tzedakah, are incredibly rich and important. They allow us to preserve and enjoy our tradition with minimal effort. But in some ways, that can also be limiting. I want us to choose our paths intentionally. I want to help parents who want to chart a different course or consider their current course and weigh their options. I'm starting the Intentional Jewish Family for those who decide to organize a weekly Torah study group rather than sign their kids up for basketball. I'm starting the Intentional Jewish Family for people whose children don't fit neatly within a box and they decide maybe they're going to send to a different school because it's a better fit. I'm starting the Intentional Jewish Family for those who aspire to live in an RV and travel the country, embracing a unique and adventurous lifestyle without compromising their fromkeit. I want to help you switch off autopilot and make calculated decisions to drive your family lives. I think that if we consider our values, articulate our goals, and intentionally set about achieving them, we can live our family lives in ways that will involve and enthrall our children, that will make lasting memories, so that we might pass on our tradition, Lador Vador, in our own unique way, joyfully. With the Intentional Jewish Family, I will make space to consider family life and Orthodox Jewish families in depth. We'll cover aspects of education, personal finance, travel, goal setting, gender roles, and yes, anti-Semitism and trauma from the war, all through the lens of their impact and potential impact on Jewish families. And the Intentional Jewish Family is a public conversation, so I'd love to hear your ideas about topics to cover here. I'll respond to every email I receive at theintentionaljewishfamily@gmail.com. So please write in. If any of this has piqued your interest, please sign up for the channel and like it right below. And you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter at theintentionaljewishfamily.substack.com. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. I look forward to continuing the conversation with you.